day.
All right. Oh, yeah. You got to do an application.
And I've had some hills to climb. I've had some weary days. Some sleepless nights. But when I look around, and when I think things over, you know my good thing. They outweigh my bad thing. So I won't complain. Although my clouds hang low, Ralph, they call that fall. Sometimes I can hardly see the road. I ask the question, Lord, so I say, thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. And I won't complain. You know what? You ask me how good. Wanted this whole world. Wanted this whole world. Wanted this whole world. Wanted this whole world. But it's been so good. It's been so good. It's been so good. It's been so good. It's so into bright sunshine, bright sunshine. All I can say is, thank you, Lord. In spite of my heartache, thank you, Lord. In spite of my headache, thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. wonder who's in charge of that. And we're going to hear The Chosen Ones by James Sissons after the video presentation. I showed my daughter a long list of things that I was going to talk about by Daisy Brooks, and she said, "Daddy, that's going to take an hour to do." So I thought I would fold it up and put it back in my pocket. She's nodding her head now. Thank you, Lord. But she's done so much, and I may give you just a few things while Yolanda's checking with the video. You know, she wouldn't complain. She went to Small Business Administration to get a loan, and the secretary gave her the papers, and they come back in a month or two, whatever. She told her, she said, "Give me the papers. My husband and I are going to lunch, and we're going to bring the papers right back after lunch." So we did that. We went up because we had the other things together anyway. You know, we have to have things together. So we had the application filled out and requested to see a loan officer right away. And we got the loan the same day. That's the person that makes things happen. Now, I don't have to go any further. They told me to get there ready for the next one.
So I did something that surprised everyone, even myself. Have one of those spontaneous moments. This is not your typical Mother's Day show. It's not. I'm telling you. It was called Mom by scores of troubled girls who've gone through the special program that bears her name. Daisy has tried to save each and every one of them. Take a look.
These are really nice. Hey, I have a very special mother. She had a dream once, that she wanted to help children.
My goal really is to save every girl that comes through my door. The Daisy Resource Center is a residential facility for girls ages really 12 to 21.
Most of our girls have been divorced in the state for several years, and they've been taken away from their families for whatever reason. And so they need a mother-like figure.
Hello there, how you doing?
She's the best because I really didn't have a mother at all. I mean, she was there, but she wasn't there for me. This is someone that didn't know me, never met me a day in her life, that was willing to open her arms and do whatever it took to see me succeed.
Miss Brooks, she is their mom. A lot of their mothers are deceased, and they have nobody else to turn to.
She does what a mother should have done for me. I didn't just open up Daisy's Nursery for the sake of opening it up. God gave me this mission, and this is my goal, is to save as many as I can.
I graduated in June. I'm born in Northwestern. Whatever I make of myself and how my life turns out is all thanks to Ms. Brooks.
One of the things that I really appreciate in her is that she's a best friend. She's my best friend. And I thank God every day that I have a mother like her.
With her daughter Cassandra. It's extraordinary what you do. You're an angel on earth. You are. What made you decide that this was your angel mission?
I just felt that with all the young girls that are out there, with nobody to really help them, I wanted to open up my door so I could give them the same kind of love that I gave my own children.
And where did you get the funds to do that?
That's a big question. There aren't really a lot of funds to do this kind of program. I'm sort of working on a word and a prayer. Most of my girls come from the state, but I do want to service those girls who are falling through the cracks, that funds does not help them because they're either on one side of the fence or the other, and we don't have any funds for them, so I'm just working on a word and a prayer.
Can I give you $100,000 today? Would that help you? you do.
Thank you.
Extraordinary what everybody does.
Thank you.
But, you know, I think to be able to have a heart big enough to see that you can make a difference, you know, God bless you. Thank you. God bless you.
Thank you.
God bless you. I made up one. Daisy, coming up here. Earlier in the show, Daisy was featured as a not your typical mom, and I was, sit down, girl. I was moved by her story and had one of those spontaneous moments, the same kind that landed me in court once before. And spontaneous moments, and because when I was watching your story, which is, I saw it for the first time and everybody else saw it because the producers put it together, it reminded me of people who reached out to me in my life. And I know that young girls who are in trouble, because I was a young girl in trouble, who was going to be sent to the detention home. And the only reason they didn't take me is they were filled up. And I got sent to live with my father instead, who helped to turn my life around. So what you are doing in those girls' life may mean the difference, certainly will mean the difference between them succeeding or not. You are doing exactly what Lorenzo had said earlier about Ida. Ida, you are giving them hope. And here's $100,000 to help you give them just a little bit more hope. And as we leave you today, we want to honor the moms of the women and men who work on the Oprah Show. Happy Mother's Day.
There is no secret what God can do. James Sisson and the Chosen Ones.
Praise the Lord. I remember that show like yesterday. And so many times I had been on the Oprah Winfrey Show. I didn't know why I wasn't on that day. But I just want to give honor to this great woman. Once again, let's give her a hand all over the building. She told me that she was mad at me because I'm at her house, or I call her just about every day. And I just thank God for her wisdom and just everything about her is just so awesome. And I'm glad to call her a second mom. We're going to sing a song and a half for you. We're going to make some noise in this place like they're making over here, but we're making it for Jesus. Amen. Amen.
winding down, and I know you hate to leave, especially since the noise has subsided next door. A little better now. We're going to have remarks at this time. I think this is the time that's set aside for remarks. Friends, want to come up and have a few words? I won't call you now. I'll call you out. I'll call you out. Who's that? Okay, let me take the mic. This is Daisy's sister here. She met her about 50 years ago, right? And I have to walk over and give a tribute for you. We'll have a few words. She traveled to Birmingham, Alabama, when Daisy got her first doctor's degree. Oh, I didn't tell you about that. She got 4 doctor's degrees. But this is when she got her first one. Sister Odessa Martin. And you want to have a few words?
Thank you. Giving honor to God and to all of you that are here. I hope you can hear me. I was asked, and I would just like to say, I came late, I thought, but I was all right on time. And for this occasion, there you are, my back bent to you. I tell you, it's a joy to be here with Daisy. We met back in '60, and as I got ready, it took me so long, and my mind reflected back to Daisy. And I said, when we were at Victory, Daisy could just go. She was a lab technician, and I was an LPN, and I was giving bags. And I thought, I said, I'm almost on the cane, and Daisy's been down. I said, Lord, 50-something years, and we still here. And I praise the Lord for the fellowship and the friendship of Daisy and Waddell. It's been a joy to come from Indiana and not know anybody and meet all these beautiful people. And when Cassandra was born, she wanted me to be her godmother, and we could never get the date right. So I told her, let's go ahead and get someone else. And she got, I think it was Mr. Powell and his wife. But she's still my adopted relative. And I'm just glad I was able to be here and share this celebration. God bless you. I think you know I love you.
Amen, Sister Daisy. God bless you. The reason I called, we said with sister, we used to get up every morning at 6 o'clock, and we worked in the daycare, and that's when the daycare opened. And she and I always were together. So we thought she didn't have no sister here, and I didn't have no sister here. So we decided to be sisters and friends. And we've been sisters and friends ever since. Anytime I need her, she be there for me. And when she need me, I'm always there. And Daisy, I love you. There ain't nothing you can do about it. And God bless you and keep you. Happy birthday.
Thank you very much. There's one young lady been with us since she was a teenager. We're going to have her, Gina Shaw. Would you like to have a few words?
No, but Miss Brooks, hey Mama, I'm about to get emotional because I've worked for this woman for 33 years, and I'm 52 now, so all of my life, really. And I remember when I first started working at Daisy, she had me in the baby room and I was changing real diapers, you know, with the pen on it. You know, you had to dump, all that. But I'm telling you, it trained me to be a woman that I am. And the work ethic, and I miss being with you. We used to feed the babies in the morning. and it was some fun times. We came through a lot, Miss Brooks. And I've been with you since the babies and the Ward of the State girls. We have helped a lot of people, And some of them doing real good and proud of them. And when I went to DCFS down in Chicago and seeing how people was really living, I thank God for my mama. And I thank God for you. I thank God for Miss Freeman, Miss Fairchild, Miss Marcy, Miss Morgan, Miss Johnson. I can keep calling on and on and on. And then some of the people that sit here, we ain't had their babies. We ain't had their babies, they like 30 years old. I had to get up and say something. And then on Thanksgiving, you know who called me? That woman right there. My mama gone. But she thought enough of me.
All right.
I love you, Miss Brooks.
Amen.
Nobody never been nothing like you. And you have inspired so many young people. I see them all the time. And I wish we're going to do it. We're going to get all our girls and all the kids from Daisy's Nursery, Dr. Tyler's over in Whispering Oaks. People don't know that. And all the youth build, the first youth build in Lake County. They don't give you your props like you deserve. The alternative school, we can go on and on. This is the first time I ever had Mr. Brooks trying to stop me. I love you. And ain't nothing nobody else can do about it.
Well, we can listen to you all night, you know. But there's a few other people who want to say something. But Gina has a lot to say because she started when she was a teenager, before she finished high school. So we go way back. Now, here's one other young lady that was a teacher in her early years of Tots and Towers. And I'd like for, and I found out you can sing too, but we're not going to ask you to sing tonight. Just have a few words of love to Dr. Brooks.
Pleasant good evening to everyone. Something else when you're put on the spot. Tonight I just want to say to Dr. Brooks, to God be the glory for the things in which you have done. I don't like to give speeches, but I just want to say thank you for the years that we've been together. I was one of the mean ones. I was, real quiet, and the parents, they'll come in and they'll look at me and, one thing I never liked was when they come and they just, throw the kids in the room and walk away. To me, that was very disrespectful. So I tend to, I'm not saying that is right, but I just tend to ignore the situation, so they always complain. I remember one time I was so full, my boss called me in the office and said, these parents are complaining and so and so. And, You know, sometimes, as I said, you got so full, and that morning I just exploded. I, you know, told her, you know, where I was coming from and, you know, what was going on. And the next day I came to work and she called me in the office. And, you know, I was walking to the office, but at the same time I was trembling. I was like, oh my God. And my boss turned to me and she said, my God, I have never, from the time you've been working here, so many years, I'm not gonna say, I have never been so proud of you. I mean, you just told me outright. I never knew that you had this in you. And you know, one thing I'm saying to you, you should keep it up. And right there, that just made my day. You know, but I just want to say, Dr. Brooks, we have our ups and downs, but I thank God for you. And Dr. Waddell said that, but I'm just going to sing one verse of this song because I express myself more in it. How can we say thanks for the things you've done for us? Things so undeserved, yet to prove your love to us. The voices of a million angels could not express our gratitude for all that we are and will ever hope to be. Your love to you. To God be the glory. To God be the glory. To God be the glory. For the things all you have done, all with His blood, all He has done you, and with His power, He has raised you. To God be the glory for the things you have done. So go on and live your life. Just let it be pleasing, Lord, to me. And if you get any praise, just let it go. Go to Calvary. Oh, with His blood, oh, He has saved you, and with His power, He has raised you. To God be the glory for the things you have done.
Thank you very much. It just bring up memories back at least 40 years ago, I guess, when she used to teach at and Pastor Towers. We have to respect the clergy. Anton Bailey, the pastor of the New Testament Church of God. We're happy for the Jamaican group that you have brought, and we're going to have dinner with you next Saturday, right? So I want to make sure you don't tear up the application. We still have the invitation to have dinner, Christmas dinner, next Saturday at the Greenbelt Culture Center, right? Have 2 minutes of these with us, okay?
Thank you very much, Dr. Brooks. On behalf of the North Chicago Church of God, I want to take the opportunity to wish you a happy birthday. We go a long way back because I remember some years ago when our son was in the nursery, one day my wife told me that when she went to pick him up one afternoon, that Dr. Brooks said to her, Mrs. Bailey, Lawrence was behaving quite manly today. So from time to time we do crack up when we remember this, but certainly you have done a tremendous job, and we just want to thank God for you and to encourage you to continue to do what you're doing. God is with you. God bless you.
Thank you very much. We still have our dinner invitation next Saturday, right? Well, this is the last one, and not least, Ralph Peterson Jr. One of the first families that Daisy and I met, oh my goodness, like 50 years ago, and we love you, brother.
I'll be real brief. I just want to say that well, me and Dr. Brooks go back really, really far. I can remember over 25 years ago I was working for the government, and he was one of the only few men, black men, that worked down there that would actually stand up. I mean, we were making really good money, close to $100,000 a year. So most of the guys were afraid to speak up, and it was a real hostile racist environment. And Brooks was my hero then. Now, I'm gonna walk this into her, you know. He was my hero then. I recall when most of the guys would come to work. You remember I come home, Dad, crying sometimes. I'd be so bad because none of the brothers would stand up. And I remember Dr. Brooks would come to all the shops, and he would actually, I remember what he would say, listen, I don't care if you wear sheets. You can wear all the sheets you want, but when you step into the Navy base, drop them off at the gate. When you get off, put them back on. No, he was one of the only two brothers that was speaking that way. And at that time, I didn't know Miss Brooks as good as I knew him. So then I eventually got a chance to meet her. And I immediately, it was like husband, like wife. And we had a tragedy in our family. And Daisy, I love you. I will never, ever forget how your doors was open, you stayed on the phone, you was there for my Aunt Gloria, my right auntie. You was there for us in many ways, and you never wavered. And I love you. I love you and Dr. Brooks and your whole family. And like I said, we will never, ever forget what we went through, shared amongst each other. And like I said, I repeat, you were there 100% when other people were silent. And I love you for that. Thank you.
This might be doctors, medical doctor Smith.
Happy birthday, Miss Brooks. I am the baby of Ernestine Smith. Do you remember Ernestine Smith? She worked for you, and you all had such a special bond. And I know so many people here have known you longer than me, and maybe they love you more than me, but I just want to say happy birthday, and I'm so godly proud of you, your life, your legacy, and all the lives you have touched. It's just amazing. And I wouldn't have missed this for anything in the world. I grew up with her children, North Chicago High School, Mount Sinai Choir, and all of that good stuff. I love the babies too.
The city of North Chicago is representative is here. The mayor of North Chicago is out of town, I understand, because he always makes these events. And my alderman, Markham, will represent the city of North Chicago.
Proclamation honoring Dr. Daisy M. Brooks' 80th birthday. I'm going to ask at this time if those elected officials who are yet here would stand. All right, thank you. Whereas Daisy M. Brooks was born on December 5th, 1937 in Pine Ridge, Mississippi. Whereas Daisy M. Brooks graduated from high school in 1955 and moved to Chicago with her uncle. She worked as a lab aide at Northwestern University Hospital while taking classes and received her certification to become a lab technician. She went on to receive 4 doctorate degrees from Faith Grant College in Birmingham, Alabama. And whereas Dr. Daisy M. Brooks met her husband, Wardell Brooks, in September of 1957, they were married on March 28, 1958. They moved to North Chicago in December of 1958. And whereas Daisy M. Brooks and Wardell Brooks are the parents of 3 children, Yolanda Denise Brooks, Wardell Brooks Jr., and Cassandra Brooks. They are the grandparents of Wardell Brooks III and Chastity Ebony Brooks. And whereas in 1974, Daisy M. Brooks laid the foundation of Daisy's Resource and Developmental Center, a comprehensive human service agency, with the creation of her daycare center, Tots and Toddlers. And whereas for more than 30 years, Dr. Daisy M. Brooks provided individuals and their families opportunity and assistance to become self-sufficient through educational, vocational training, child care services, and community development in order to achieve financial independence. And whereas the city of North Chicago has acknowledged Dr. Brooks by renaming Sherman Avenue between Argonne Drive and 20th Street to Dr. Daisy M. Brooks Drive. And whereas Dr. Daisy Brooks is the recipient of countless awards and has received many accolades for her work, to name a few: North Chicago Chamber of Commerce Small Business Person of the Year, Lake County Most Influential African American Award, Top Ladies of Distinction Humanitarian Award, North Chicago Senior Citizens Hall of Fame Award, and the 2010 Citizens Medal, the second highest civilian honor in the country, was presented to her by President Barack Obama. And whereas Dr. Daisy M. Brooks is a model citizen, and her gift of guidance and support to citizens of North Chicago is an inspiration to all. Now therefore be it proclaimed by Mayor Leon Rockingham Jr. and the North Chicago City Council that Dr. Daisy M. Brooks shall be honored and recognized on her 80th birthday, and for her many years of service and support to the city, its residents, and the surrounding community. Be it further proclaimed that Dr. Daisy M. Brooks shall be honored with a copy of this proclamation, signed and sealed on this 2nd day of December 2017, Mayor Leon Rockingham Jr.
Now we're going to have Pastor Wilcoxon give remarks, and then we're going to have the honoree come to greet us.
I thought he asked me to sing.
Okay.
I'll try, I won't try that. To Dr. Brooks, who has been an inspiration to me, who is an inspiration to me, I just thank God for you. You've been a pillar in this community, a pillar in my life, and like I said earlier, I salute and applaud you. I'm remembered of one occasion where I will remember you for the rest of my life. You're not only a builder of character, and you're not only one that shapes lives, because you help shape mine. And you're a contractor, and you're a part of what Mount Sinai is today, because you helped build that church. And the thing that I'm most proud of is working with you, and we never had an argument. That's not possible, is it? But it was. And I just enjoyed working with you, and you have just blessed me, you have blessed the Mount Sinai congregation, and I'm just proud to be your pastor for these past 22 years. And we have this one little joke that we always have in church. She dresses really sharp.
Oh, yeah.
Y'all come on now.
Oh, yeah.
When she steps out, she steps out.
Yes, she does.
And so I've been trying to keep up with her for all these years, but I can't beat that. She's just sharp. And so we have this little joke among us. We pass each other, and she'll look at me, and I'll look at her, and I say, "You look all right." She'll look at me, "Yeah, you look all right too." And so, but anyway, I just love you. You've just been an inspiration to me. And I hope that God will continue to bless you. And you have really blessed this community. And the First Lady. Amen. I want her to come up here because we're a team.
Amen.
Amen. And share with me and salute you.
Amen. I wasn't expecting to be called up. But I can say one thing, Dr. Brooks. You talked about all your good stuff. But one thing I can say is your spiritual walk.
Yeah.
You don't just talk the talk. You walk the walk. So we salute you tonight. And to God be the glory for the things that you have done. You are an example to all of us, and you can succeed if you really want to. We love you. We have shared some good times and some bad times. But through it all, we made it. God bless you.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Dr. Daisy M. Brooks. We're going to let her sit down. We will stand up and let her sit down. Right? Oh, she's the boss. She said, I can stand up.
I'm not going to talk long. A lot of things have been said. Some of it's true and some of it ain't. But I want to thank all of you for coming out tonight. I really didn't know that there was this many people that love me, and all of you don't. But you came out anyway. And I want to let you know that I appreciate it very much. My husband told me that he was taking me out to dinner tonight. He said I was going over to Reverend Johnson's anniversary banquet. I said, well, I got to get dressed like this to go to his banquet. And he said, let's get dressed and we're going to go over and wish him well. I said, okay. And believe it or not, people, I didn't know anything until I walked through those doors. Nothing. And that's very difficult because usually I'm into everything. And I can find out anything I want to, but this time he really got me at it, and my family got me. My daughter came by yesterday afternoon, I think it was, and she said, where are you going tomorrow? And I said, my husband is taking me to Reverend Johnson's banquet. And I said, okay. So I get here tonight and all y'all jumping up to my happy birthday. I said, what the? have come out to wish me well. For my 80th birthday, I know I don't look like 80, but I'm 80. I really don't know what to say, because when you get the bill for this, I know I got to help pay for it. That's okay, I'll help it. Because I know you're gonna need it. But again, thank you all very much individually. Some of you people I haven't seen in years. Some of you I didn't want to see. But most of you, all of you, I'm kidding, really. I think. But I am so happy. I don't know. I can't even cry because I'm so full, and I just love you. I don't know. I didn't know y'all love me that much. You probably don't, but you hear. But that's okay. I got through it without passing out. I don't know if you all know it, but I was in the hospital for 4 months. I was in a wheelchair for several weeks. And I was on a walker for a few weeks. Now I'm on a cane. Around the house, I don't use my cane, but usually when I go out, I use my cane. So I just thank God that He has brought me from 4 months in the hospital up to here. So from now on, I'm going to be really nice to Him. Because I didn't think He would do this much. But He's given me birthday gifts, and He's given me little parties and things, but nothing like this. This is something.
Very nice, yeah.
And I just want to thank all of you, my kids, thank my cousins for coming up, my stepsister, my cousin from Chicago, and my husband has some cousins from Chicago. And I don't know what to say. I guess I love you a little bit. But this has been great. This has been great, and I'll forever thank my husband and my family and all of you for taking time from your busy schedule to come out and wish me 80 years. Jesus Christ. Thank you all again. I love you. I love you. I love you. Thank you, Pastor and Miss Pastor, for coming out, okay? All of you. Thank you.
Got my page. Well, all good things come to an end. And I truly can say I'm so happy that you responded the way you did to show your love for Dr. Brooks. She's been doing a great job from the time that she left Pine Ridge, Mississippi. But God planted her in North Chicago because North Chicago needed her, right? Amen. And so we hope all of you have a safe trip back home. We're going to try to get all the way back to North Chicago in 1932 Sherman. And we pray that we get back there safely. And we hope that you have us Godspeed. Get back to where you're going. And we have to thank Cassandra. Are they ready yet? Okay, Cassandra. I told Cassandra what I wanted. She said, Daddy, don't worry about it. Just give me a budget. And I said, budget? A budget? Like I say, practice. You give it a, and there's no budget can take the place of her. I have, I tell everybody, but it hits me now, I have never seen a Brinks truck behind a hearse yet, right? So you can't take it away with you, right? So it just gives me a thrill to see her enjoy and have you enjoy being here. And like I say, in the next 100 years, we want to see you in heaven. So I guess I got the signal.
So as we leave, we're going to have Dr. Brooks in the back in a chair so she can relax and take pictures. If you would like to take a picture with our beloved mom, please wait for her in the back as you plan to leave this place. Thank you again.
Can I say one more word before the benediction? Like, y'all thought I was alone up here. I'm the only child, you know. But here's my god sister, Janola Gaddis, could not let her brother be alone. So she traveled here with her son, his wife, her daughter. What is her daughter? Kelly, stand up, Kelly. From Springfield, Illinois. Yeah. That was a special effort made by Janola. She drove from O'Fallon to Springfield, hooked up with them in Springfield, and came up. And my cousins from Chicago, when they drove all the way from Chicago to be with us tonight. Okay, I think oh yeah, Priscilla Lee, we want to thank you for that wonderful song, and we always can depend on you. Is there anything else? Otherwise, we'll be ready for the benediction. Pastor Wilcoxon, give the benediction.
Let us pray. Eternal God, our Father, we thank you for what our eyes have seen, what our ears have heard, what our hearts have enjoyed. We thank you for this great celebration. And now, dear God, we ask for many, many more years of marital bliss to Brooks. We ask now, dear God, that you continue to bless us, give us your favor. And now may the grace of God, the love of Jesus, the sweet communion of the precious Holy Ghost, rest, rule, and abide with all of God's children, hence, now, and forever. And all the redeemed cried out, Amen, amen, amen.